Is dinosaur kale. I think they're pretty cool looking. I'm not much of a kale eater myself, but I'm a geologist, and anything that says dinosaur on it, I pretty much have to get. That's just the way we are. Hi, I'm Todd Marsh from My View from the Woods, Garden Permaculture, and Home Microgreens. One of the favorite pastimes of all gardeners has to be looking through the seed catalogs in January and ordering your seeds. Today I want to show you what seeds I ordered to start my little market garden. Well, good morning. Happy to daylight savings time. It's March 8th. I don't know about you, but that 1 hour just seems to make a big difference. I always seem lost the first couple days when the time changes. Not sure why, it's only an hour, but that's just the way I feel today. So I thought I would just do this introductory video. Again, these videos, although I am putting them on YouTube for you to watch, in one way they're just for me to go back on and to reflect for the next year to see what I did. I'm really bad at taking paper notes and writing them down. I may start well, but I don't ever finish well with that. So I think with the videos I might do a little bit better job of at least knowing where I started and what I might need to change for the following year. So that's sort of why I'm doing these videos. So here's the seeds I'm going to start with. Again, it's going to be a small little market garden. I'm going to test and see whether I want to sell produce or grow produce to sell. I mean, it's one thing to grow produce for yourself, and that's what I want to do to eat. But if I have some extra, I definitely want to try to sell it or give it away. So I want to see that whole operation and how it is on a small scale. And this is a small scale. And I'll show you the seeds that I'm going to start with. First, we're going to start with the lettuces. Most of these are from High Mowing Seeds. The sales rep I met at the New York Organic conference was really nice, really helpful. I talked to her on the phone a couple times, and she gave me a lot of good information, so I paid it back and went with the High Mowing Seeds. They're a great company. They have a really low, I'm not affiliated with them at all, but they have a really low free shipping, like $10, so it's really nice if you forget something, you can pick up a couple, 3 packs of seeds and get it shipped for free. So let's start. First I'm going to do with lettuces. I'm going to do cut lettuces. I'm going to first start with this DMR blend from High Mowing. It's just a blend. I'm going to cut it at the baby green stage. It's about 28 or 30 days, so I wanted to get something up and growing. I don't have a seeder. That's the problem. So I'm going to have to be hand sowing these, and I'm not sure how that's going to work, so we'll see how that goes. But at the same time, I'm going to start with a red leaf and a green leaf. See, there's the little containers here. I'll tell you about these in a minute. Red leaf and a green leaf seed that I'm going to cut at between baby leaf and full-grown leaf. And I'm going to do the Charles Dowling method. I think I'm going to pick them off the sides, the bigger leaves off the sides, and let them grow up and see how that works instead of cutting them and letting them come back again. Maybe I'll try both methods. But the lettuces I got, this is Azzarella pelleted seeds. This is a green leaf. Pelleted seeds are kind of cool. It's easier to plant because remember, the only plants that I'm sowing in the ground are going to be the salad mixes and the carrots later on. The rest I'm going to grow as sets. I just think it's a better way to go. You know what's germinating, you get them growing in good conditions, and you put them out in the field. So I went with the pelleted seeds, even though they're sort of expensive. It's just a lot easier than handling those little teeny bitty lettuce leaves or pricking them out of a container and growing them out. I figured I'd just start with the pellets. So this is an Azzarella pelleted green leaf. This is a red leaf. It's Buckley pelleted seeds. I do have another variety coming, but it was sold out. It's supposed to be shipped in the middle of March here coming up. So I just started out with these to get them going, and then I'll go into the other variety that was recommended to me by the High Mowing rep. So those are the lettuces. The other leafy greens are going to be some pak choi. I'm going to try to grow some pak choi. I eat quite a bit of Asian food, so I really like to put this in the stir fry. So I'm going to give the pak choi a try. This is a Shanghai green pak choi. I've never grown pak choi, so that's another reason I want to do it. Another green I'm going to grow is dinosaur kale. I think they're pretty cool looking. I'm not much of a kale eater myself, but I'm a geologist, and anything that says dinosaur on it, I pretty much have to get. That's just the way we are. So that's the kale I'm going to start with. I may put in some red Russian kale that I'll be using with my microgreen seeds, but we'll see about that later. Other greens are going to be Chard. I have this chard blend, which is different colored leaves, and I also have ruby red that I use for microgreens. I'll be planting some of those. And you'll be seeing the videos as I plant. Another, if you want to call it a green, I'm going to call it a green, is broccoli rabe. Again, it's another food another vegetable I like to put into Asian foods. You get a little bit of the broccoli flavor and the green flavor, and I actually planted just 6 of these today. I probably will only plant 3 or 4 out to see how they grow. But I planted 6 to begin with. I didn't take a video of that, but you'll see other planting methods as I do the Charles Dowling multi-sow method. I can't even talk today. The broccoli rabe, I actually planted 2 seeds per cell, and I'll probably just cull one of those out, so they only grow 1 to cell. Let's see, for other greens, I think that's about it. Of course, you got to have radishes. So I have this French breakfast radish, the red and the white colored radishes. I also have this Valentine's Day blend. It's sort of different colors. The picture on the label isn't as good as the one in the catalog, but it's basically reds, whites, purples, and some pinks. So it's a little bit of a blend. I thought that might look good to sell in stores. And then I also have some Champion red radish if I run out that I can use that I use for microgreens. Another early one, I'm going to grow some peas. Like I said, if you saw my previous video, I have a fence line. I'm going to put some peas. I multi-sowed some peas and put them so they can crawl up the fence. And before that, I'll probably put in some radishes in front of those. But I'm definitely going to have some peas. I love fresh shelled peas. There's just nothing better. And if I have any extra, I'll try to freeze them and see how well that goes. Let's see, where do I want to go next? Beets. So I got some gold beets. These are the Touchstone gold beets. I also have Bull's Blood beets, which I use for microgreens, so I have plenty of those. These are going to be multi-sown, 3 or 4 per tray, and actually the beets grow 3 or 4, and you just pick out the largest one and let the other ones grow. Again, that's a Charles Dowling method. We're going to give that a try. But I thought some golden beets. I really like mixed golden beets and red beets when I roast them, so I grew some gold beets. I got some gold beet seeds along with the Bull's Blood. Onions. I have this evergreen hardy bunching onion. I'm going to plant 7 to 10 in a cell. And again, same method. You just pull out the largest one as it grows up and the other ones continue to grow. And I also got some New York early onions. I've never grown onions to the stage where you use them for cooking, for chopping up. So I'm going to try to plant some of these early onions, probably multi-sow and 4 or 5 in a bunch, pull out a couple for spring onions, and then see if the other ones mature, how well they mature. So onions are definitely a must-have for the garden. Other things, let's see. Well, I've got carrots. I got these Danvers 126 carrots. Those I'll be sowed by seed, and I'll probably just fill in spots that I have with some carrot seeds. A little row here, a little row there, and see how well it goes. For peppers, I did get some California Wonders. I ate quite a bit of fajitas, so I do like some peppers. Peppers around New York can be, some years are good, some years are bad, depending on the temperatures for set. But I heard that this California Wonder actually does turn red sooner than the other one, so I'm going to give those a try. Cucumbers, I did get an F1 cucumber. It's called Green 18. It's supposed to be a really nice, straight, similar to a Marketmore cucumber. I'm going to grow those up onto a cattle panel or some sort of trellis and let them hang down. Give that a try. I'm not going to have them crawl across the ground. I'm going to go vertical with them. For squashes, I did get some winter squash that I'll plant. I got this red curry. Charles Dowling talks about it, that it matures early, it has a really good sweet flesh, and it's really long lasting. You harvest it way before you do butternut. Butternut is my favorite. I'm not going to try to grow that this year, but I'm going to try to get these red curry. It's sort of like a small Hubbard, I believe. But I figured I'd give those a try. Probably only 2 or 3 plants, see how well it goes. Of course, you got to have zucchini. So I got a Green Machine F1 zucchini. Again, it's supposed to be a little bit better than your normal open pollinated zucchinis. I'll probably grow 2 or 3 plants, mostly for me. If I have extras, I'll give them away or put them in the compost bin or see how well they sell at the farmer's market, if I get into the farmer's market. And then a one that I tried last year was a patty pan. So this is the Y-Star F1 patty pan squash. I sort of liked it better than the summer squash, although summer squash does have a good flavor, so doesn't this patty pan. And I just put it on a mandolin and put it into slices and then put it in with the zucchini and onions and eat it that way. I really enjoyed it, so I figured I'd try to give it a grow this year. For beans, I got a couple beans. I got the Mardi Gras blend, which is actually multicolored string beans. It's sort of a bush. It's a bush variety. It's yellow and green, and I think there are some darker ones into it. Fresh string beans are one of my favorite foods to eat. So I'm definitely going to grow them, and I'm going to try to freeze some, see how well they freeze, so I can have them this winter. I just love beans, and I think the multicolors might sell well at the farmer's market, so I figured I'd give it a try. And I've never grown any pole beans, so I got these Seychelles, I don't know how to pronounce it. I guess it's Seychelles pole beans. I've never grown them, don't know much about them, but I figured a little experiment and we'll give it a try. And then to everyone's favorite, tomatoes. Seeds I bought were, to me, fairly expensive. They're like 70 cents a piece for the seeds, with the exception of this Fred's Tie-Dye from Fruition seeds. I had these from last year that I was growing in the hydroponic system, if you remember that. It's an interesting type of tomato, so I actually am going to grow a few of those. My plan is to grow maybe 3 or 4, put 1 or 2 of each variety out, and then maybe I can sell the other 2 to someone. I know quite a few people that want tomatoes, and my transplants definitely look better than anything that they can buy at the Home Depot or anywhere like that, so I figured maybe they'll buy them. So for larger tomatoes, I got this Fred's Tie-Dye. I also got this Prudence Purple tomato. This is also the one I'm going to be planting, or the people are going to be planting in April. I have a talk. I'm going to show them how to use the double cup method to plant tomato and pepper seeds. And this Puritan's Pride is going to be, or Puritan's Purple is going to be one that I do grow. Again, it's a larger tomato, 72 days. It grows 12 to 16 ounce tomato, so that's a fairly large tomato. Then I think I always like the dark tomatoes. I don't know why. I like the dark brown or purple type skin tomatoes. I like the flesh inside. It's sort of a purplish red. So I've got a couple of those. They're smaller. These are like, medium-sized small tomatoes. I got the Indigo Rose tomato. It says here the clusters of 2 to 2.5 ounce fruit. So it's an indeterminate tomato. So, bigger than cherry tomatoes for sure, but not really large. But still, really nice to chop up and put on salads, along with the Indigo Apple tomato. I'll show you a picture of those too. So those are a little bit larger, 2 to 4 ounce. And they're supposed to be jet black with red underneath. Well, that's all I have for the seeds. Next time you see me, will probably be either a vlog, I'm down in the garden working on it, or planting some seeds. I hope you have a great week, and get out there and start planting if your land's ready. I know some of you still have snow. Hopefully not. Hopefully it dries off quick and we can get out in the gardens. Have a great day.